Well, thank you, Mr. President, board members. First, obviously, was what we've already accomplished. That's welcoming our two new board members. Let me just say a few other things. One is, as you've seen, the per barrel price of oil increasing. We have seen that same thing in our diesel. And for our two new board members, we are the largest diesel purchaser in the state of Oregon, about 6.5 million gallons. And so we watch the price of diesel very, very closely. It does seem to be inching up a little bit. In fact, prices this week were at $2.90 per gallon for the year. Average price $2.85 a gallon. And obviously we're buying in bulk and because of our tax-exempt status. Second, we all are looking for positive signs relative to the economy, and there aren't very many, certainly not within Oregon. The stabilizing of the unemployment rate, good from some senses, and certainly the state economists and other economists indicating hopefully hitting bottom. And now the question is just how fast do we come out, or how slow do we come out of the recession? From the ridership standpoint, February represented the first month in over a year where we have seen ridership actually increase, and that hopefully is reflective also of at least a little bit of stabilizing in the economy, and actually maybe a bit more people either out and around on and using our system or within employment, hopefully most importantly with employment. We did see in February about a 1.4% increase over February of the year before, and we always do same month previous year comparisons because our ridership fluctuates based on summer vacations, holidays, and various other things, and so we compare it to previous year, same month. Some of the gains were part and due to the Green Line having opened in September, but we also are seeing in terms of the ridership with the free rail zone, now no longer fareless zone, but because buses in the downtown core area are in fact requiring payment of fare, something, by the way, that has gone very smoothly. It has not been an issue with the riding public, but we do believe that there has been a shift to the rail side, particularly now with the opening of the Green Line. You can go both north-south as well as historic east-west on the system. System-wide, weekday trips increased about 1% to 300 and just under 325,000 daily trips, weekday trips. About 18% increase on MAX, again, probably to a large degree the increase of the Green Line. The Green Line, by the way, opened at about right around 18,000 daily riders. We're just over 19,000 today. And again, I think what we are seeing is as people find ways to be able to make that exactly where it is, where the park and rides are and other things, I think we will continue to be able to see that increase. Lastly, and you mentioned the budget, and you'll hear some more from Beth. One of the key elements of that budget, preparing for the fiscal year 11 budget, that is the one that begins July 1st of this year, is that a $27 million hole, about $7 million of that was covered by carrying over $7.25 million of what are called ARRA funds, that is the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act, so-called stimulus dollars. We are able to carry that over and are able to lessen that. The $20 million does mean that we have done additional cuts deeper on the overhead and administrative side, wanting to be able to, as minimally as possible, alter schedules, either eliminating service or other things. We do, however, right now have out and have had five open houses. Actually, Hakeem attended the one in Happy Valley that we had over the last number of weeks. We will be having 3 public hearings in early April. Would urge you to, all of you as board members, to attend. A number of you did last year when we had to face the same ugly picture, but we are doing that. We have already, based on about the 1,000 comments that came in, have made a number of modifications to what originally went out just to the open houses. We heard, for example, a line in Washington County that individuals said, if you eliminate this on the weekend, it's the only way I can get to work. And we said, told that that work trip is a very important one, and we restored that service, stretched it out a bit, but made sure that we could cover the workers that were utilizing that. We've done that already on several other changes that went out then to public hearing based on those public comments. We expect that as we hear more detailed concerns, we will likewise make adjustments post-public hearing as well. In many cases, the changes and the bulk of the savings come from being able to make between 2 and 3 minute changes on our frequent bus lines, something very frankly, as a regular transit rider, I just hate to be doing because I think that predictability and at least within 15 minutes that a bus will come is never like to do it, but it's the only place we can really get the kind of savings that are essential to be able to balance a budget. And as you all know, by state law, we are required to balance a budget. Likewise, we are making those adjustments of 2 to 3 minutes on the MAX service as well, and are looking at that on the West service as well. Although it's not 2 to 3 minutes there, we're looking at whether or not there are other changes that could be had. So, upcoming early April, 3 public hearings. Urge your attendance. We'll get you more of the details of specific times. We've tended to try to be able to bridge kind of the close of the work day for a regular scheduled worker, but also into early evenings so we can pick up people who are on different schedules and hit the largest level of population. So that'll go forward, and as Board Member Schweitzer indicated, you ultimately have several actions on the budget that you will take. First is you submit it to the Tax Supervising Coordinating Commission. They then make comments and have a meeting actually with you. Then it comes back to you for modification and final adoption in June. So those steps are out there. Lastly, although each of you are certainly aware, I did announce last week that at the end of my current contract, I will be leaving. I thank you all for, and we'll not have this as the goodbye by any means, but to be able to, want me to be able to continue, but the time for me to be able to make a change, never ideal time, but this is the time for me. So the search will be ongoing for my replacement, which I expect will be in place so that there'll be opportunity for transition and overlap. With that, be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions for the General Manager?